Tailor your talk, making explanations fit your listener. Hello, English learners. Today, we're diving into a fascinating aspect of conversation in English, explaining ideas clearly and effectively. More specifically, we're going to learn how to tailor our explanations to our listeners' knowledge level. This is a key skill to improve your communication and make your conversations more engaging and understandable. The first step to tailoring your explanations is understanding your listener's knowledge level. You should be able to gauge their understanding of the topic you're discussing by paying attention to their verbal and nonverbal cues. Look for signs of confusion or lack of interest. If they seem lost, it might be necessary to simplify your explanation or provide more background information. Another way to assess their understanding is by asking probing questions. For example, you could ask, "Are you familiar with this topic?" Or, "Do you want a brief overview or a detailed explanation?" These questions can help you gauge their level of understanding and tailor your explanation accordingly. Once you understand your listener's knowledge level, you can adjust your explanation accordingly. If your listener is new to the topic, you might need to simplify your language and use analogies or examples that they can relate to. On the other hand, if your listener is knowledgeable about the topic, you can provide more detailed explanations and use technical terms. For instance, if you're explaining how computers work to someone who is not tech-savvy, you might use the analogy of a library, where the CPU is the librarian, the hard drive is the bookshelf, and RAM is the librarian's desk. But if you're talking to a computer engineer, you could delve into the intricacies of binary code, processors, and algorithms. As you're explaining, it's important to check in with your listener to ensure they're following along. This can be as simple as asking, "Are you with me so far?" Or, "Does that make sense?" If they seem confused, don't hesitate to rephrase your explanation or provide additional examples. Remember, the goal is not to show off your knowledge, but to make the listener understand. Being able to tailor your explanations to your listener's knowledge level is a valuable skill, not only for language learning but for effective communication in general. It takes practice, patience, and empathy, but the result is worth it: clear, engaging, and understandable conversations. I hope this video has been helpful. Until next time, happy learning!